Hello, little screamers. Welcome back to Scream in Style. If you're new here, welcome. If not, we are doing things differently. So I believe this is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm going to appear once a month by myself without Jules, and we're going to talk about short horror films I found on YouTube or wherever it may be. And this week it is about Box Fort that I found on YouTube, and it's directed by Tyler, and I will put his full name because his last name is long and super hard to pronounce. I don't want to butcher it. And this movie is about 15 minutes long, and it is based on a written short by Mallory Eddy, Creepypasta. So Box Fort is about how one weekend the parents are away. There are three sisters in the house. The oldest sister comes home. The other two sisters have created this pretty freaking amazing box fort that I want to make in the house. They make a box slide. It's super cool. I think Juliet would appreciate that if she came home to that. However, during this, they have their fun. One of the sisters' phones goes missing. It shows up, and then their dog Theo goes missing. And then they start to wonder if someone or something is inside the box fort. And I will tell you, this film takes such an innocent, playful, fun, childlike, wondrous thing and turns it into something really creepy and a bit scary. And that is something that's, well, it is why I love this film. I thought it was a really great idea, how they just turned this on its head to make it creepy. It was shot well. I really enjoyed this 15-minute film. And apparently, I wasn't the only one who thought so. So they chucked this movie around in awards and festivals, and it has gotten at least 8 awards, and it has the second place winner of Short Suspense Film. Because this film is nothing but suspense. And usually, it's just, most people don't know how to do it right. It's either really long drawn out, or it's just not set up well, and it doesn't have that final effect that satisfies you. However, Tyler did a great job on doing a suspense film like this. So let's talk about it a little bit. So whenever you get into the intro, it's this 50s pop song that you imagine would be playing in a diner back in the 50s where all the wholesome teenagers go to have milkshakes, you know? It's odd, and it doesn't quite fit it, but I did enjoy it. I found myself bopping along to it, and I was like, damn, all right, you got me. It might be okay. But the rest of the score, it was typical. It fit well, and it did pretty good. And the dog, Theo, this dog is one of the cutest, most adorable dogs I've ever seen in my life. I want him. I need him. Oh, I want him. But anyway, he is a rough collie. He looks, I didn't know what he was whenever I first saw him. I thought he was a mix between a corgi and some type of collie or shepherd or something like that. But he's a rough collie, super cute. And then when he got taken away, I wasn't happy. Because I hate it. I absolutely hate it whenever all the animals are the first to go in horror movies. Because to me, I sit there and I'm like, what was the fucking point? There's no point in that. So he got taken away. That was strike one. However, he does show back up at the very end of the film. But we'll get to that because... And throughout this short film, it really seems the older sister is really getting the brunt of all the supernatural happenings that is going on within the box fort in the house. And sadly, with her character, I was disappointed because it just seemed she was very bored and uninterested. And whenever she delivered her lines with a voiceover in one of the scenes when they're looking for Theo, it's as if she literally just read the words off of a page. It was just disappointed with that. She finds the phone, however, then Theo, the dog, goes missing. They can't find him. They try to find him all day and night. They retire, and they're going to look for him again in the morning. However, during that night, Muse, the older sister, she hears pitter-patter of the dog. I think it's Theo, but then all of a sudden, the blanket over the box fort, over the opening of the box fort in her bedroom, the blanket goes in and out. And with that is the breathing. So she wakes up to heavy breathing. The blanket is going in and out. So, and then a hand just goes right down the blanket. And then instead of a pitter patter, it sounds like it's the thing inside the box fort is big and slithering away. And then, of course, what does she do? She goes to investigate it. Because, I mean, why not? But I mean, No, I would not. To me, in my brain, that doesn't seem like that would be a dog to me. However, then again, I would probably do what she did and see if it was Theo, because I'm too curious of a person, unfortunately. Whenever she goes in to investigate, it sounds like Theo again. Like he's whimpering and she's following him around, but Theo is leading her on a wild goose chase, if that's Theo. And we all know it's not. And then all of a sudden you hear outside of the box fort, and this is creepy. This is another thing that creeped me out, along with the breathing of the blanket of the box fort. But it gets me every single time whenever in horror movies you hear somebody running at you and then it stops and nothing's there. That shit freaks me out. So right outside the box fort, it sounds like somebody's running, and then the thing smashes into the box fort outside, and she's freaking out, she's screaming, she pops up through the box fort, and I don't understand why nobody is hearing this. I mean, her sisters have got to be some heavy freaking sleepers. This house isn't small, but it's not huge. But anyway, the next day she takes down all the box fort because, yeah, I'm done. I would not, out, never again. However, she leaves one box open in her closet, which I don't understand why. I would be taking down every single box and burning it, throw some salt on it, supernatural that bitch. But then after she goes downstairs, she hears noise upstairs, goes back up to her bedroom, and the box where she left that one box is in her closet, but the closet door is closed. She sees shadows underneath the door, hears some stuff, opens up the door, and who is it? It's Theo. Oh, I was so happy whenever he came back. He was so adorable. But anyway. But then again, I'm like, no. Who did you bring? What's in you? Do you have a friend with you? We're exercising the shit out of you too. Because apparently this thing throughout the movie, it comes and goes through the windows. And the window was open whenever Theo just popped up. Whenever she opened up her closet door. She picks Theo up, really happy, and then she starts heading downstairs, and before she does, there's this big shadow in the closet, and then she just ignores it and goes downstairs. It's like, oh hey guys, Theo is back, and everybody's so happy, and then it ends. So you have no idea what this thing is, and I won't lie, at the end I was like, what? I need to know. What the hell is this thing? I have to know. But at the same time, they did this really well to where I was satisfied regardless if they showed the thing. However, I took it upon me. I was like, okay, so let's create a look with this. What would this thing be? And I came up with demonic Groots. So for the fact that this thing came in and out of the window, and they're not in the city, they've got woods around them and everything, I was like, okay, why not a spirit? Like maybe an evil nature spirit? I mean, it could be super nice and it just likes to play. May not be bad at all. But of course, my mind goes to demonic rather than good. And I hope this makeup is going to turn out at least decent. I've never done bark makeup before, so let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And be sure to go watch Box Fort on YouTube. Tell me what you thought about the movie, what you liked, what you didn't like. All in all, like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. I wish they showed even a glimpse of what the thing was, but it's all right. It's all right. I'll just make up my own. When I come back, I will show you my final look. Here we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you like, subscribe, and put on that notification bell, ding ding, so you know when the next video will be. See you next time. See ya.